Okay, welcome to phase 4 of the underground traffic blueprints, and in this traffic blueprints portion we're going to be talking about PPV, CPV, contextual advertising, which are all the same. CPV traffic and CPV traffic and pay-per-view traffic stand for pay-per-view or cost per view, and they're both the same terminologies describing contextual traffic. All three of these names refer to the same method of advertising. So you've probably seen courses on the internet with these different initials or these different titles, but they're essentially the same thing. And contextual advertising consists of a pop-up or a pop under window. Now, don't be taken back. This isn't the same pop-up that you may have become accustomed to, that annoys and pops up and with random ads, for random traffic, generic traffic. This is highly targeted traffic. This is traffic that'll pop up if you're looking at Pizza Hut on your site. A Pizza Hut contextual ad can pop up right over top and say, hey, you're looking for Pizza Hut, or you can get a $10 discount. Or if you happen to be reading about Oprah on O.com or on her website, then an ad might pop up and says Oprah recommends Dr. Oz's book, here at Amazon. That's a smart affiliate using contextual ads. So it's very targeted, and it jumps right into the buying process, right when the browser, the visitor of whatever site they're on, they have that particular topic in mind. It's almost like you're reading the minds of the browsers, of the internet browsers, and that is very powerful because you can jump right into the buying cycle. Some marketers even jump right in. If someone's looking at, say, buying some Nike shoes on footlocker.com, they'll jump right in and say, put their ad on top and says, win a pair of free Nike Air Max. Yeah, how targeted is that? If this guy is looking at buying a pair of running shoes on Nike and they happen to be on the Air Max page of Nike, and then the ad pops right up over top and says, win a free pair. And he puts his email in, and the marketer for that CPA, he'll generate $2 for everybody that does that, and the marketing company will get a new lead, and the guy will enter a chance to win free tennis shoes that he was going to buy anyway. So that's the type of traffic that we're talking about here, and many people, they consider it to be spyware, but it's very different. Adware is ad-supported software. So what this means is that the person with the adware, they're allowed to use a specific piece of software on their computer. And now the trade-off is that they have to they agree to let ads be shown to them. So it's a trade-off for them. Adware is installed with the user's permission. They check off and say, this is fine as long as you let me use this software. I don't mind seeing ads. So this means that the individuals with the adware on their computer, they have already opted in. Whereas spyware, on the other hand, is installed on the person's computer without their consent. And that's a huge difference. It's important that you understand that. So in that spyware, I'm sure you're aware, it oftentimes they steal personal information and they act as little reporting hosts. They'll go in and they'll report back to the individual who initiated the spyware, and they'll save all that data and sell it to marketing companies and do things like that, even malicious stuff with it. So most advertisements shown with spyware, generally speaking, are the adult kind of items, the adult websites. So those because they know there's a high demand there on the internet, and it's the largest demand on the internet. So that's the playing ground for them. The major difference that you should remember between spyware and adware is that the spyware is done pretty much in an illegal way. Adware is completely legal, it's completely authorized, and the user fully understands and agrees that I want to use. For example, they may want to play some cool new game that's free. They'll make free tools available to people. They say, but in exchange for you getting this for free instead of paying $97, you're going to agree to see ads every now and then. So they go ahead and they do that, and your ads will be shown. And then you may think that, well, okay, how much traffic is there? There is a lot of traffic. And that's just, we're not just talking about one network. This is across multiple networks. So with this much traffic, this is where most PPV and CPV courses fall short. They kind of tell you just to go at it. They say go in and do the direct linking, and that's it. And then all your traffic worries are solved. It doesn't quite work that way. And in this phase of underground traffic blueprints, we're going to show you how to do contextual advertising the right way, the way that will have you leveraging the traffic that you get and being able to use it over and over again. And it's very powerful. So make sure that you pay close attention and take notes, because this is something that you definitely want to apply with your system and with your offers. It doesn't matter if you have your own product or an affiliate product, or even if you're just doing a service business, you will be able to use this and you will be able to dominate. There are underground marketers who have jumped off the PPC ship and have gone totally PPV and are getting half a cent clicks, 1 cent clicks, and just getting targeting like they've never thought of before. But you have to know how to do it right. You know, everybody jumps into PPV thinking, it's not even called. First of all, I want to clarify something. It's not called PPV. If you talk to any of your ad reps, they know it as CPV, cost per view, or contextual advertising, even better. PPV is a term that was coined by some of the marketers who first brought this tactic to light, and then it kind of caught on, and then everybody just started calling it PPV. But if you're talking to your ad manager, if you're talking to an ad rep, you really want to call it contextual advertising or CPV. Or if you just wanted to see if you have an offer and you want to say, you want to go to the offer and say, well, can I send PPV traffic to it? Or can I send, worst thing you could say is, can I send spyware traffic to it? Because it's not spyware. You either want to say, you want to check and see and make sure that I can send contextual advertising to this offer. They're very familiar with the term contextual advertising. And if you have your own product, well, you already know, so there's no problem. So you may be asking, how exactly does the contextual advertising network, how does the advertising work? How does it know what, how can you it's not the same as pay-per-click, and it is, but it's not. There's certain aspects that are similar, and there's some that are very, very different. For example, you can still use keyword advertising. This is because the contextual networks, the adware is pretty much installed on the person's computer, and then what happens is the program, it scans the content of the website that the person is viewing, and it just looks through the page and it scans through all the keywords and it sees if it's there a certain amount of times, kind of like a Google algorithm, but a lower scale. Or what happens is the adware program will look at the URL that the person is looking at and look for specific types of words or characters. Now, when the content is scanned, any word on that page can trigger an advertisement to pop up or under, depending on which one you choose. So the adware networks that some of them work by just scanning the website, and they create their algorithm for viewing the content, and then say that they required for that target phrase that you say you want to buy the word Weight Watchers. Well, they'll look for Weight Watchers to appear 3 to 4 times on the page, and if it does, boom, your ad will trigger and pop up above the person's site as they're looking at the Weight Watchers site. So if they're looking at Weight Watchers site, you can pop up right over top and say 2-week free trial Weight Watchers if you had a Weight Watchers offer where they might not have known about that trial, and you've instantly kind of snuck in and sucked that traffic into your offer and still provided them with a valuable content because they're getting a trial that they wouldn't otherwise have gotten. Now, on some of the ad networks, you can scan the URL for targeted keywords, and this is huge because what happens is you'll have a greater chance of targeting the traffic, getting it specifically for what you're looking for. So it's one thing to target somebody who's looking at Amazon. That's a lot of traffic and it's very generic. But if you target somebody who's looking at Amazon.com/baby strollers Fisher Price for twins, now you know that person is looking for that exact stroller. So then you can pop up with, anything you want. How to raise successful twins, or discount on Amazon's baby goods, or anything like that. You can target it specifically because that service lets you target people according to words in the URL. So we're going to show you examples of both of those within this phase.